if Becky does beat Rhea, then Becky could be challenged by Liv Morgan for the one-on-one match, because they're already teasing a feud between Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. They're already teasing that right now. This is the second week in a row they had an interaction. Last week, Liv came at Becky for interfering in her match. This week, Becky interferes in Liv match, and then they have a little back and forth. And now next week, they're going to have a one-on-one match on Monday Night Raw for the episode of March 11th. So I will say that Becky Lynch, personally, no, she's not winning, but I know she's going to win the Women's World title. The only thing is, another reason personally, this is my opinion. You guys let me know what you think in the chat and playback. When Becky, who's been a five-time champion now, six-time champion, whatever the case may be, doing all her world title runs, whether it's the Women's World title or the WWE Women's title, she's a born champion. Becky's a born champion. I mean, she's kind of like her husband, Seth Rollins. She's not an entertaining champion. I never seen many great 5-star match of the year type of matches during her title runs. I never seen any very good placeable feuds, any memorable feuds. I never seen any of that during any of Becky Lynch's championship runs, as long as she has held the Women's World title or the WWE Women's title. It does not matter what title it was. She is not a great, entertaining, fun champion I would love to see. I don't see that with Becky Lynch. I never saw that with Becky Lynch. Whether she's a babyface or a heel as well, it doesn't even matter. She is a born champion nonetheless. And I don't want to see that again for the 1,000th time when she wins the Women's World title at WrestleMania, when she defeats Rhea. I don't want to see that. And I think it's going to be pretty boring to see that belt on her again. And if they are going to do that, which is what I believe they're going to do, at least for the sake of argument, for the sake of the WWE Universe, at least don't give her a super drawn-out title run. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. That's what I believe they're going to do. I don't get it, but that's how it is when you play politics in the WWE or AEW or TNA, whatever the case may be. It does not matter. I just don't see her being an entertaining champion. I do not see that with Becky. I've never saw that with Becky, and I may not see that now. You could do a character all you want, especially doing that boring Big Time Beck's character. That was the worst character I ever seen out of Becky. I dealt with the man. We dealt with the Last Kicker. But that Big Time Bex, when she's wearing those stupid, dumb sunglasses, that was the worst boring character I've ever seen. I'm even getting flashbacks of how boring it was back then when she was in that character and also holding a women's championship. So I don't want to see that again. And I believe that's the route that WWE is going to go with that. If she does win, or should I say when she does defeat Rhea for the Women's World title, I don't want to see that again. I just don't. I mean, I just don't want to see that. You know, it's just not gonna. It's not gonna do nothing for me with that championship unless it's a short run, maybe 2-3 months, no more than 6 months. Don't give it a belt for a year and a half. Give it a belt no more than 6 months. That's my. If WWE could do that, that would be great. And also too, I would like to see Becky do this. If she is going to hold the title, if she's going to be the Women's World Champion at least for the next 6 months, if she's going to be champ for a while, during her feuds, whoever challenges her for the Women's World Championship, can we please see her elevate another superstar during her run? Can we see that for once? Elevate Liv Morgan. Elevate Raquel Rodriguez. Elevate even Nia Jax some more. Anybody. Don't bury them, Becky. Because I'm still getting flashbacks. I still think about it. She defeated, I think, back a few years ago. I think she won a title from Bianca Belair. And I think it was what, 20 seconds? Do you know how much that buried Bianca Belair? Do you know how much that hurt her character when she won that title in 20 seconds? She buried her. And I don't want to see nothing like that ever again. Like I said, just elevating us to start doing her progress. She needs to be elevated properly. Make a star look good with that belt. Make them believe that they could at least somewhat beat you for the belt. Like they are a serious, legit threat to your championship run. Not just bury them, not just make them look boring or of anything for that matter. Don't give it a boring feud. Now, I know it's not all on Becky Lynch's part. We can stay creative. We can say the other character that she's facing off against, but she's champion. At least push it up. And I know Becky can do that. She's elevated people before. I haven't seen much during her title run, but I've seen her elevate people. She did a good job elevating Zoe Stark. She did a good job elevating Lyra Valkyria when she lost the NXT Women's title to her. So I know Becky has it in her to elevate another superstar. I want to see that again now when she wins this Women's World title at WrestleMania 40. I would love to see that happen, at least for that sake. And I think it would be great if it goes down like that, because we need to see that. Because I have not seen Becky Lynch do that enough. So like I said, I think that would be the key to have her world championship run be more a success run. Not a boring run, not a lackluster run. Make it good. Just make it a good run, But like I said, only time will tell what happened with Becky Lynch with this character, how she's deserving of this belt. But I will say too, the reason I say she's overpushed as well, because we have, we have a stacked women's roster. We have a lot of women in it. And I would say because we have a stacked roster, I think that at this point, Becky Lynch is being overpushed. We have a lot of women on the roster. Now, I mentioned some already. I mentioned Liv Morgan. I mentioned Raquel Rodriguez. I mentioned Nia Jax. We have other great competitors. We have Ivy Now, who's wrestling good. We have Candice LeRae that's solid. We have plenty other ones. We have plenty of women's in the division, not just singles, but tag team. So she's really going overboard, getting ahead of the line of all those people. We got to keep that, in there. But I will say this: I think one thing will make it interesting. I will say this: if some way WWE is going to do this, this would be great. It may happen. I will say if with the whole thing going on with Liv Morgan right now, this is the second week, like I said, they interacted with each other. What if we had a triple threat match at WrestleMania 40 of Rhea Ripley, champion, Becky Lynch, challenger, and another challenger, Liv? What if Liv Morgan is inserted into the match at WrestleMania 40? Even if Becky wins, let's say Becky still wins, at least it'll make it more interesting, and at least it'll give a chance for Liv to be pushed in the main event again, and also show that she's going to potentially win the Women's World title at some given point. It don't have to be at WrestleMania 40. I personally would love to be at WrestleMania 40. Why it can't be at that point? That would be a great scenario. You guys in the live chat and comment section, let me know, is that a great scenario? Because I would love to see that. I just think Rhea and Becky's going to be drawn out and boring and so predictable. Let's get a triple threat at that. Let's get 3 women in the women's title picture. I think that would be great. I don't think we had a women's triple threat at WrestleMania for a women's world title. I think we had for NXT women's title, but not for the WWE women's or WWE women's world championship. I haven't seen that yet. I have not seen that yet. See, Gilbreth says to take my money. That would be a great scenario. I think that would be a better match. If we're going to elevate Becky, we're going to make her the champion, put her in the top of the women's division again. At least make the story more interesting. At least don't make it boring and drawn out. Because we knew at Elimination Chamber that Becky was going to win it. I think 99% of people saw that match going in. Okay, we got Becky in the Elimination Chamber match. Okay, Becky's winning this match. It's so predictable. It's just so concrete that she was going to win, and that's exactly what happened. She won at Elimination Chamber for the right to face Rhea at WrestleMania. But if we add Liv to it, and Liv could stay her case, let's say next week on Monday Night Raw, this is a scenario. Becky's facing Liv Morgan, right? Okay, they face each other one-on-one. Nia interferes again, or Rhea interferes. It could be Rhea interfering in the match, and it ends disqualification. Becky and Liv going at it, and then Liv could go to Adam Pearce saying, "Hey, I had a score to settle with Nia Jax. Becky interferes in that, and I interfered in her match. We have a one-on-one match, and it's interference. And then too, I got a score to settle with Rhea. She took me out. She put me on the shelf, and I want to be the Women's World Championship. I came close at Royal Rumble. I came close in Elimination Chamber, and I did not win. And now I'm having a feud with Becky, and we keep getting outside interference every time. What if Liv tell Adam Pearce, I want to be added into that women's match at WrestleMania 40? Because she could stay her case, and she has a very good argument of why she should be inserted into that match, making it, instead of a one-on-one match with Rhea and Becky, it becomes a triple threat, adding Liv Morgan to the match. That would be a great scenario, and it'll make it much more interesting. We know that WrestleMania 40 is on fire. We know it, but let's make it even much, much hotter by adding her to that match. Because Liv has been very impressive in the ring. I'm impressed by the way she's been going. Liv can go. She's definitely got better. She was a little lackluster at first, especially during her run as women's champion, but she's improved since she's been back. And I'm just saying, that would be a great scenario. Add her to the match. Add her to the match. I think that would be great to see. Will it be a good scenario of that? Because we know that Liv is going to stay in Becky's way. We only got a month into WrestleMania. If Liv inserted in Becky's way right now, you think even if she somehow defeats Liv next week on Raw, despite the interference possibly, that it's over? No, it's not over. It's just beginning. Liv Morgan's the wild card. If she can't face Becky one-on-one later, or at least right away after Becky wins, have her added to the title match, making a triple threat. WWE needs to book that. Book that, WWE. That would be a great way to put not just Becky challenging, but Liv challenging. And she has a good reason to challenge for that Women's World Championship. You can't tell me she don't have a legit reason, because I believe she does. And I think that I make the match so much better on paper and so much better in reality. It'll make the match so much better. We need to see that. I'm not a big fan of the Rhea Becky thing. I'm not a fan of that match. We need a triple threat match, and I think that'd be perfect to do it that way, in that shape and form. That's my opinion on that whole thing. I believe that it will make things so much better as a whole. I don't see why WWE can't do that. You got no problem inserting Liv this late in the game, head to WrestleMania. If you weren't going to have a part of it, you should never have an interaction with Becky at all. Or maybe she just a filler to feud with Becky up until WrestleMania 40. It doesn't matter. Put her in that match.